Owensboro was reduced to a single lane yesterday when a crash closed the westbound bypass from New Hartford Road to Frederica Street just after 2 p.m. The Davis County Sheriff's Office, along with local agencies, responded, asking motorists to find alternate routes while the crews handled the accident scene. After about an hour, officials reported the roadway had reopened. No further details about injuries or the number of vehicles involved have yet been released. A suspect has been arrested after allegedly firing shots at Chuck E. Cheese and Plato's Closet in Evansville just after 7 p.m. last night. He robbed both businesses within minutes of each other, and both were open at the time with customers inside. No one was hurt in either incident. The weapon was recovered. The suspect's name and age have not been released. Kentucky Wesleyan College is unveiling the Priority Panther Admissions Program, an early action initiative inviting high school seniors to secure key advantages for the full 2026 semester. Applicants who complete their application, submit their transcript, and schedule a campus visit by October 1 receive priority access to housing selection and course registration. President James Cousins highlights the program as an embodiment of the Wesleyan way, emphasizing community, support, and personal growth. Following the Guaranteed Admission Program for local students, this new effort underscores the college's commitment to accessibility and personalized education. I'm Rob Nichols reporting.
Save big on your next project right now at Menards. From quick fixes to heavy repairs, our Masterforce industrial-grade mechanics hand tools are designed for maximum strength and durability to get the job done. Save big on the Masterforce 220-piece mechanics tool set. On sale now through September 7th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals.
Save big money at Menards.
If you want the best local, regional, and national sports coverage, then you need to listen to Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans. Catch them every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. on Owensboro Sports Station, 1027 The Game, courtesy of Foreman, Watson, Holtree.
Actor Douglas Tate from Michael Myers, Jason, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will be signing autographs and taking full costume photo ops at Ghostly Productions on September 6th, with vendors and food trucks in attendance. We would like to thank our sponsors, Junior's Automotive Repair, Holiday Inn Hotel in downtown Owensboro, the Moore Automotive Team, and the Lawn Enforcement.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 1027 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast. Overnight cloudy with some rain moving in and some thunderstorms too, a low of 61. On Thursday, some early clouds, otherwise clearing with a cooler high of 76. Clear on Thursday night with a low of 57. And on Friday, rain moving in late in the evening with a high of 83. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, ESPN Radio, all sports, all the time. Kentuckiana sports leader, 1027 WLME, 1027.
Insurance card. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman, Watson, Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman, Watson, Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's going on, man?
Almost blew myself up on that intro. I got to calm down a little bit. Had too much Hawaiian punch before I came in.
You have a little bit of,
you're a little more energy today than yesterday.
Yeah, you
I left with
that.
high energy. Yeah, started low energy, left high energy. That's always the key. Today I've got to conserve it for the long haul because I got this show and then we got the Jason Morris Coaches show coming up at 6:30.
I mean, if you have nearly the same amount of people as you had last week, their energy's provided for you.
Man, I hope so. That was a blast.
I bet it was.
Man, it was a blast to have a full
Old
room.
Hickory, check it out tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. 6:30, talk a little Aces football with Coach Morris and whoever else maybe a guest plan. We'll see how it goes over there. A lot of football to talk about with Davis County and then the Apollo matchup coming up, and man, they feed me. So
can't beat that.
I mean, Old Hickory, listen, it's that's a big win for me. I'm just telling you. But download that Owensboro radio app. You can listen anywhere in the world. 6 big games across the Cromwell family of stations on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to talk about it in a little bit with brand new VP of Athletics Jason Fatoni. kicking off a little Kentucky Wesleyan football on Saturday.
Kicking it off with like the number 6 team in the country coming in. I mean, it's going to be a tough one.
It's a challenge. You get a little measuring stick right out of the gate, and it is going to be against a very good West Florida program. We'll talk to him.
The Argonauts.
The Argonauts.
The only one I know that is Toronto, the CFL.
Yeah, CFL flavor. That'd be. I mean, hopefully the way they looked at for week one, they maybe is better than the Argonauts.
Juggernauts they were after week one.
Tell you what, we'll talk about that at about 5:15, and then we got a little above all roofing, true or false in the middle, and we're going to close out with Cole Birch joining author, philanthropist, you name it. Cole Birch has got it covered.
Yeah,
right?
Former Davis County star, now playing football down at Lindsey Wilson. And listen, if you're not working out, practicing football, going to school, just write a book.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much. I mean, the dude does everything.
Yeah. Congratulations to Cole on that accomplishment. We'll talk to him in the final segment today. Be sure and follow along 1027 The Game on social media. The Pick'em contest will be rolling out. Maybe up already. I don't know.
It's not up yet, but it'll be going up soon.
Yep. So keep your eye on that. You can text us through the show on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line. It is true or false day, so text in your true or false questions, 270-903-0389. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, which our live stream is brought to you by Legendary Pool and Spa. Give them a call at 270-316-1007. We're not going to waste any time because we got Mr. Vitoni waiting for us out here for segment 2, but I did want to kick off the show a little bit with some high school football fantasy leaders for the week.
Yeah,
right?
we've got a couple of things. We got fantasy leaders, and then we got the Harris Group stat leaders that just went up too. So we got those. But
I went outside the box. I told you to pull the fantasy leaders. It's usually the same, similar guys. I mean,
not this week. It's not.
Okay, that's good news. I like to highlight as many different guys as we can. So I went out and I pulled, week 3. Maybe you're 0-2 like Jalen, right?
Can't score points because you got all your points sitting on the bench.
Right. You need to hit the waiver wire. I got some big time waiver wire pickup guys to look for to go along with this segment. So that's kind of what we're looking at here in segment 1.
If I was going to ask you who scored the most points in fantasy,
it's Goldsberry.
Yeah, there he is. So you look at it. And we'll pull it up. If you look at it, Goldsberry at 59.1. A lot of
50,
points.
You almost win your game if you have him on your team alone. Almost.
Well, Todd's 1-1, and he scored like 48 and 59. So there you go. Then you got Miles Edge. I mean, think about this. This is why you scored so many points. You've got the number 2. You've also got the number 7, the number 8, the number 9 guy all on your team this week.
Let me remind everyone out there listening that there's 8 people in this league that we do, and I picked 8th. So that means they let me get Miles Edge, and they let me get the doctor, Tramel Carruthers.
So Miles was number 2, and then Brady Eubanks.
A 4-touchdown performance from Hancock.
Yep.
That'll do it for you.
How about number 4? And this was a waiver wire pickup last week. Talking about a different name. How about Aiden Ferris, the quarterback at Ohio County, who is also the Hawkins Avenue Player of the Week? That graphic has gone out.
I think that's got to be the first Ohio County player in our fantasy stat leaders ever. So congratulations. That's a big-time accomplishment from Mr. Ferris there.
It is. And then sitting at number 6, Clay Wilkin.
Oh, no surprise, right? Little dual-threat quarterback there from Muhlenberg County.
He had 28.6. Then Caden Richardson, who was a waiver wire pickup this week.
Yeah.
How about at 27.1? Draymel had 24. Winchell went 23.1.
He's on my team, too. Going back to Richardson, that's one of those guys we talk about that we don't talk about all summer. And the ones we look forward to, like, okay, who's going to jump out and kind of take hold? And that's a kid that's a sophomore down there for Butler County there in the, 6th spot?
Yep. And then the number 9 was Bratcher. He led all wide receivers at 22.7. And then Kevin Robbins at 22.5, another waiver wire pickup. So if you think about this.
Snagged him off waivers and boom.
How about 3 of the top 10 this week were week 1 waiver wire pickups?
That's what I'm saying. So those are the guys that, we love to see who's going to emerge early in the season. It's always nice to learn the new names and the new players. And those 3 guys, man, really. And Winchell coming in, I kind of wondered, being a Heritage Shields from a distance, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Like, hey, this dude seems like the next man up at the running back spot for them. I just kind of took a shot in the dark. There's a couple different guys you could almost take there and plug in, but big week for him as well. So I was dancing this week.
You were dancing. You're sitting there at 2-0. Dan's 2-0. He beat me by 2.2 points.
You and Dan both, and Todd,
he's got Goldsberry.
Tough competition, but Dan looks like, for me, I'm looking at him as the biggest obstacle at this point.
I like my team.
Yeah, you got a good squad.
I'll tell you another guy that had a big week as a waiver wire pickup that wasn't drafted, but he comes on board. How about also the South Wire Hornet of the Week, Caleb Helms?
Yeah.
He was a waiver wire pickup after week 1, and
hey.
he picks up 118 yards.
Let's get it started. How about these this week's? Now, listen, I'm giving all 7 guys in this league. I'm not hitting the waiver wire. I'm content. I got Jack Roberts in bubble wrap on the bench, just waiting for it to roll him out. So I'm content with my squad. I'm not even changing my defense, Muhlenberg County. I'm talking to you. We need a big performance this week. I'm gonna keep you. I'm confident through 2 weeks in what you've done. I'm gonna roll with you again this week. So what I'm doing here is I'm helping everybody else.
Okay.
Because that's what that's just what a good Samaritan does, right?
So who's your
you already
waiver wire?
mentioned Caleb Helms in 180 yards and a touchdown, and we talked about Hancock distributing the football in the run game last year. I think he would be a nice addition.
He's already up. He's on Todd's team.
Oh, okay. He's already.
He was a waiver wire pickup last week.
Okay, well he's ahead. I don't know that all these guys are actually on the waiver wire. I didn't take the time to look at the rosters.
I can tell you, I know him.
But you'll know.
Yep.
What about Barker? Garrison Barker from Davis
Not
County.
on the waiver wire. He's on Brad's Payne's team.
So Brad had that inside Davis County knowledge.
He did, yes. He went double quarterback Clay. He's his flex guy.
Well, yeah, it's a good flex. That's what I was going to say. It'd be a good flex because he's 278 passing and a touchdown. He's also ran for 118 and a touchdown. He's got that run pass option for Barker. And his running back, has anybody picked up Ridge Roberts?
Well, it was a week 1 waiver wire pickup.
I wanted to make sure because he's about 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So those are good waiver wire pickups. How about Baskerville's on the squad, right?
Yes.
Okay, Baskerville, but I mean, you could put him on a squad week 1, but you don't know because Muhlenberg is going to be more of a ground-based attack. But Wilkins opened it up through the air. And Baskerville's been a big reason why.
Well, just throw it up high. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, big kid. 7 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. We already mentioned Aiden Ferris. No one's got him, right?
Caleb picked him up last week.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm way off, so I'm not helping anyone.
You're not helping everybody.
But I'm mentioning a lot of guys, though.
They've all been.
How about his receiver? Which again, Max. I apologize.
Max S.
Stockliff.
No, he's still available.
There you go. On the season, 8 catches, 125 yards.
Yes.
I mean, he's a guy that contributes, and they took an L last week, but he's still a big-time contributor. So that's another Ohio County. I don't think we would be thinking we would be scouring the waiver wire for Ohio County players after
not
week
offensive
1, right?
players, not offensive players. No,
but you have to, right? And then we'll move it over. How about a couple Breck wide receivers? Now this could be Brad Payne's alley. I haven't checked his roster. But
no, they're both open.
When you say Breck receivers, that doesn't happen.
That does not happen
producing,
a lot.
How about Paxton DeWitt? 7 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. And his running mate, Walter Hopper, 2 touchdowns.
2 guys open on the waiver wire.
If you need a receiver this week or a flex, that could be 2 guys to look for. How about, and I think you picked him up this morning, Carson Davis?
Yes, that jumped
Butler
on that one.
County. This young Butler County offense is rolling.
I tell you what, you give this team, not that they're not good this year, but in the next few years, this team's going to put up a lot of points.
No doubt. And you know what I didn't do? After I bragged on it yesterday about how much they interact, even Coach Wilkerson's out there on Twitter talking about listening to the show, and I totally botched putting Heritage Hills on. and especially with them putting the stats, I'm about to circle back.
Well, Toller's won.
He's a free agent?
He's a free agent. 2 catches, 104 yards last week with 2 touchdowns. Micah Toller.
Man, I'm rocking. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a transaction. Listen,
you just said you had Jack.
I'm not going to throw the kid. I'm going to drop under the bus.
You just said you had Jack on the bubble. You're going to
No, I'm
pop the bubble.
No,
around?
I'm not getting rid of him.
Okay.
No,
it's still
make
open.
A change.
So we got to, it doesn't come final
I'm putting the claim
tomorrow.
in on Toller right now.
You got to wait to see if the claims come up.
I'm writing it down.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to see if the claims come up.
This is legit, folks. I'm putting it down right now because that's a kid that's going to produce all year.
I think so too.
I've heard he's Division I level baseball player. So. Yeah, put him on the roster. Let's go.
We'll see. We'll see if anybody else makes a claim on him.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I think you're last in the waiver wire.
Well, that's what happens when you're in first place, baby. Let's move it over to Edmondson County because there's guys galore on Edmondson.
There are.
You know, we talked about Butler's high-powered offense, and Breck's got a couple receivers, kind of unusual. How about Edmondson County? Colton White?
He's on Brad's team.
Okay, and Jacoa Orvis.
No, he's open. Waiver wire guy.
Orvis coming off a nice game, 2 touchdowns, I believe. So, and then the receiver, that's the guy that sticks out to me. 5 catches, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. William Sailing.
Yep, he's open. I will say I've got DeWeese on my team. How about he ran for 40.
He threw for one.
Threw for a touchdown for 67 yards. I needed 2 more points out of him to take care of Dan.
And I get, like, what Riley was saying, no one cares about your fantasy team but you and the guy you're playing. But this is a little different.
This is high school
I like
kids.
being able to do this. I don't care which team they're on, right? But as you can see, I just highlighted about 6 waiver wire pickups that are already on rosters. But those are guys that I had to mention because I feel like they've emerged in the early part of the year.
Well, and
there's probably like 5 or 6 guys on this Heritage Hills roster, too, that you could plug in and get points out of.
And you even look now at the Harris Group stat leaders. And what's so crazy is, who would have thought, early in the year, it's, if I'd have told you, okay, after 2 weeks, who's the rushing leader, who's doing this, I don't know if anybody would have had Caden Richardson as the rushing leader.
I didn't even know him. He's a sophomore in Butler.
Right.
I didn't know him.
How about 336 yards? Case Bolt is number 2. Goldsberry number 3. Kevin Robbins, another guy we didn't know. And a name we didn't even know either. How about Ridge Roberts, as you talk about for Davis County,
another
5th
sophomore.
in the ESPN Owensboro area in rushing. Now, if you look at the receiving leaders, once again, I think we didn't own 3 of the 5. Number 1, the receiving leader right now, receiving yards, Landon Bratcher. We didn't own that one. Number 2, Xavier Maddox. We knew that one. Number 3, Carson Davis.
Oh, yeah.
From Butler County.
Butler County offense is humming, boy.
171 yards. And then number 4, you mentioned him already. Number 4 in the ESPN Owensboro area.
It's on the waiver
for the
wire.
Harris stat leaders, Paxton DeWitt.
There it is.
And then number 5, Cooper Jones. That's a name we also knew.
Yeah.
But, so you're talking about Carson Davis, Paxton DeWitt, Richardson, Robbins, and Ridge Roberts. Nobody would have guessed that those. Nobody would have guessed that those would have been in the stat leaders after 2 weeks.
I love it, man. Spreading that love around a little bit. And one guy that's flying under the radar because he's not on either one of those lists, but if you did total combined yards, is probably somewhere in the top 3 is Miles Edge.
Oh, 100%.
He's about 80 yards rushing per game and about 60 yards receiving per game.
He would have been 7 in rushing, and he'd been like 6 in receiving. So there you go.
Total yards. He's going to be certainly in the mix. We'll talk about him over at the Coach Morris Coaches Show at Old Hickory at 6:30. We're going to pause it right there because coming up, we got our Green River Area Federal Credit Union guest of the game, new Kentucky Wesleyan Vice President of Athletics, Jason Vitoni, coming up here. We're going to pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at KarenGross.net. It's live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Hi, this is Travis Holtree from Foreman Watson Holtree. We will not allow anyone to deter us from what we are committed to. And we're committed to standing up for people and businesses who find themselves needing a voice because of legal issues. Our attorneys have the resolve it takes to stand up when tested without flinching in the face of adversity. We are Foreman Watson Holtree, and we're dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
It's game on every weekday from 5 to 8 in the morning with Unsportsmanlike. Brought to you by Floor Concepts. Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the realest reaction only on 1027 The Game. Your home for ESPN Radio. Unsportsmanlike delivers the passion every true sports fan craves. Brought to you by Floor Concepts, where design meets durability. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings 5 to 8 only on 1027 The Game.
Sports Country is celebrating 10 years. In the last 10 years, we've seen the rise of social media, a pandemic, and in sports, we saw the rise of new rivalries, the creation of the transfer portal. For Sports Country, they saw a location change in Owensboro and the addition of a second location in Bowling Green. Sports Country says thank you for supporting them for 10 years as they celebrate all month long. Sports Country, 317 Park Plaza Drive, behind Shammy's Car Wash, Owensboro's #1 sports fan store. Search for them on Facebook for events and specials.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, it's Duke Brubaker with Champion Ford in Owensboro. The Ford Summer Sales Event is going on now, and 0% APR is back with available 0% on new 2025 Ford Mustang, Escape, Explorer, and F-150. Plus, Ford is offering $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance included. Ford also announced super low lease specials on most new 2025 Ford vehicles, including Bronco and Bronco Sport. Stop by Champion today or shop in your jammies online at championowensboro.com.
Back by popular demand, Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice is here. If John has built your pool or spa in the past and it needs service, repairs, or just a little attention, he's ready to take care of you. He'd love to hear from his former customers, and if you're new, now is the perfect time to see why his work is legendary. Call Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice at 270-316-1007. Reconnecting with customers, one pool at a time.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios, being joined by our Green River Area Federal Credit Union guest of the game, new VP of Athletics there at Kentucky Wesleyan, Jason Fatoni. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me here today.
Nice to meet you. You know, I've seen you. I follow you out there on social media, see you around, and just coming in. What is it? How long have you been feet on the ground here?
Less than 3 months. So I think I mentioned to you earlier, still drinking from the fire hose.
That's coming in fast. And last stop in Sweetbriar College there in Virginia. Is that right?
Yeah. Spent the last 3 years out at Sweetbriar College in Sweetbriar, Virginia, Division III institution. Had a good experience out there, but noticed that this position was open and had spent some time in Owensboro before previously, and it was just a good opportunity to kind of come back home.
How much do you take? Because, as you said, spent some time in Owensboro. You were the head baseball coach at Bradshaw. You were their first baseball coach when they, decided to start the baseball program. How much do you take from your coaching aspect and your history of passing coaching and apply it now as an athletic director?
I think it's difficult to do that. It's been so long since I've wore the hat and swung a fungo. I think the one thing you take is, learning the difference between, coaching athletes and then working with a staff. And those relationships, you still have to build them. You build them in different ways. But I think you take all of those experiences when you're having a tough conversation with the coaches I've had from time to time about whether it's recruiting or budgets or everything else. I still have to kind of remember back in my day of, you used to do this once too. And it was hard for you too. So I think I bring with me some empathy, hopefully, to the coaching staff that I've been in their shoes before. And while I certainly have not had the recruiting challenges that currently face in the current college landscape, I've gone through some of the same battles that they have.
Yeah, and you talk about the challenges. Wesleyan being one of the smallest Division II schools in the country proposes its own challenge. But what we've learned in a short period of time is that everybody there wears multiple hats and doing multiple things, but everybody kind of stays together. I feel like, and always has a very positive attitude. I mean, what's your initial indication? Only 3 months on the job, but how's it been going over there?
Still see that. I got firsthand experience of that this past weekend. So we've had some refreshing that we've done with the football suites in the last couple of days. Some of the decals from the heat were starting to peel, and some of the paint was starting to fade. And I just shared with the staff, it's a free weekend for me. We're going to refresh the press box. Anybody that wants to come out and help on Friday, please do. 9 o'clock Friday morning, I had a bunch of the staff came out on their own, volunteered to help. Some of the students came out and helped. We were still there. My wife and I were still there on Saturday and Sunday finishing up, and some of the football players, managers came up and helped out. So to your point, everybody's willing to pitch in and help. We've got a set of bleachers that we're delivering for the gym on Monday, and same thing. We've asked the Klan to come out and give us a hand. So I think they're starting to get a little leery when they get a mass email from me of, oh my gosh, what's he going to ask me to do this week? But if anything else, it's team bonding, if nothing else. So
we have such
all
great,
on the same page.
Such great experience with the student athletes.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, either here on the show or we work with a lot of them, on the live stream and the games that we call, and they're just tremendous young men and women.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed in just a couple of weeks that we've been in school, just how respectful people are on campus. I'm talking about the students. When you're walking through campus, sometimes you walk through, people have their heads down, they're in their phone, they don't say a word to you. It's different on our campus. They look at you in the eye, they say hello, they say good morning. You ask them how they'll do them, they'll stop and talk to you. So it's been just a very welcoming, warm environment on the campus, which has been wonderful to see.
Yeah, and we're right on the doorstep here of kicking off the sports season, right? I mean, because you got soccer, men's and women's soccer starts tomorrow night. I think you said a women's game on Friday, and then boom, right into football on Saturday. So you're about to hit the ground running here.
We are. Doubleheader tomorrow. Men's soccer team, 5 o'clock start against University of Missouri St. Louis. Women play at 7 o'clock. They'll be playing West Alabama. And then Friday night, the women's soccer team will be playing again against Illinois Springfield. If you're going to come to that game, I would suggest you get there early because parking is going to be at a premium. I think there's a football
game going on. Yeah,
I'll be there.
Polo.
We'll be there. We'll be in the parking lot.
It might be a really exciting atmosphere if you want to come on campus on Friday night. But and then Saturday football kicks off against number 6 West Florida. Apparently Ohio State was booked and couldn't come.
Right.
But
Tyrone will play anybody. I know that.
Why not?
They went down there 2 years ago to their place and played them extremely. I think it was 28-7 or something. And it was 14-7 until late in the second half. So I think it's a good measuring stick game. It's a young group of Panthers, and Coach Young and his staff, I feel like, will have them ready to play. I was really I felt the enthusiasm when we were there for the purple-white scrimmage a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. He's got a good group of kids. Coaching staff's great. Enjoyed getting to know them. I joke I'm still cheering for laundry at the moment because I haven't learned everyone's names yet. But really just good, respectful group of kids, and really enjoyed getting to know them and being around them too.
Yeah, and I know having an athletic director Shook on throughout the year. Last year, the W Club's a big thing, right? That kind of fired up under his watch, and now you're coming in and talk about the W Club and getting that going for this year.
Yeah, we've added just a few tweaks to it. I think it's a great program for our fans and for our boosters. What we've done is kind of added some opportunities for our supporters to kind of have more interaction with our student athletes. So members of the W Club will get opportunities like throwing out the first pitch at a baseball, softball game, pregame recognition at volleyball, football, wrestling. All of our sports at some point will be involved in some kind of activity where they can interact with our student athletes. And I thought that was kind of an important thing to do was, everybody always asks for money and asks for something in return. And our return is you get a chance to meet the great kids that come to Kentucky Wesleyan and interact with them. So I'm hoping some of the tweaks we make it a little bit more exciting for our fans. Certainly they can give to just an individual sport, but we're emphasizing as well as, if you give to the women's soccer team, you can still throw out a first pitch at baseball. You can still do that at softball. You can still be an honorary coach for our cheer team when they go to a competition. So to try and get them invested in all of our sports that are Kentucky Wesleyan and maybe not just their favorites.
That's a great idea. I think Kentucky could learn a little bit from this structure.
Well, if you looked at the Blue Club, you get
you get more than a hoodie.
There was no virtual tour.
It wasn't a 15% off coupon or anything. Right?
A virtual tour. I tell you one thing. I will tell you one thing, Mr. Vitoni, you don't want is Steve throwing out the first pitch.
No.
Like we are barring you from throwing out of any first pitch, Steve.
They had to ask me 3 times to sit in after Joel Utley retired, and you'll have to ask me more than 3 times to throw out a pitch. I'm not trying to embarrass my family or anything, but
you do that enough.
But no, you talked about. I love the idea of bringing the fans in with the student athletes because we get to see it at the coaches show, especially during basketball season. When the players are there and the place is packed, it's just fun to see how much it energizes the folks there. But not only that, but the kids, they love interacting with them too. I mean, they feel. I think
they get one of them to make a surprise announcement about coming back.
Yeah,
you never know.
Kennedy Miles announced it right there at the coaches show, just for the live crowd. But it's cool to see that interaction between the two.
Well, Owensboro, the community, has always been so supportive of Kentucky Wesleyan athletics, and we're trying to do even more in terms of outreach. It's tough for that entertainment dollar to get in there because there's so many other options for them to do. You can stream, you can stay home, you can watch the games. Popcorn's cheaper, you don't have to worry about parking. Your soda's a lot cheaper. So just trying to get them back out to the games, get them more invested in our student athletes. Our basketball coaches came up with, I thought was a great idea. When we open up season tickets to the general public, doing that on our campus so we can invite people, the community, to come get their season tickets from us. While they're there, we'll also have practice. They can meet the teams. They can interact with them. We're going to do that a couple of times again, just face-to-face time. So it's not just going to a game and watching them, but actually getting to know the players that you're supporting and you're cheering for.
And I think that's one thing that Steve and I enjoy so much about what we do with Westland and our partnership with Westland with WBIO, and also him and I doing the play-by-play and color analysis on the live stream is, getting to talk to the players and the coaches shows and hang out with them. And then by the end of the year, you kind of feel like, I was really sad, for senior day yesterday because that basketball team,
last year.
Yeah, it was like, these are the guys that when we started at Westland, you see them grow and how much better they become and how, the young men they become. And anytime you get any type of interaction with these players, you understand that it's just not a word, the Westland way, that there's some meaning behind that.
Yeah. And just trying to, again, find different ways, for fans and supporters just interact with our kids and really get to know who they are. I think that's something that at a small college you can really do and you can emphasize more. I think our fans will get an opportunity to do that. I hope they take advantage of it. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, there is one big change this year on the live stream. The live stream now is under a different it's the GMAC. It was not a Westland decision. This was a GMAC decision.
Yes.
But for fans that are going to go out there, talk about that a little bit.
Yes. Please send all angry emails to the GMAC commissioner. I'm joking. The GMAC is signed a deal with Flow Sports. Flow Sports is a subscription paywall. So any event that you want to watch in the GMAC, if you buy a subscription for that, you can watch not just GMAC games live, but you can watch anything else that Flow Sports covers. And they have a variety of different sports and different levels and different options. So it's not just GMAC, it's every sport that's out there.
Watch a lot of Flow Sports myself.
Yeah, so that'll be new this year for us, first time behind the paywall.
Yep, looking forward to being a part of it. I think it'd be a great product, man. And we're circling back to the soccer teams that kick off tomorrow. I mean, I thought last year both the men's soccer team's been on the rise for a couple years now, but then the ladies kind of came on board last year. I mean, these are two programs that, you look at these preseason polls and it is what it is, but maybe both programs I felt like maybe a little disrespected, and I'm hoping they put a chip on their shoulder because I have higher expectations, I think, for those two programs. They've
had a couple of preseason scrimmages and workouts and had a chance to watch them in their exhibitions, and it's good soccer. It really is. It's fun to watch. It's fast-paced. It's well-coached. The players are very skilled, and it's a great level of soccer. It really is.
Man, I'm looking forward to getting back over there, man. The summer's over. It's time to get back to it. I know we've been on the high school trail for quite some time, and me and Vic will be over there on Saturday as the Panthers kick off at noon against West Florida. And, it's a tall challenge, make no mistake. But it's kind of cool to have the number 6 team in the country coming into Steel Stadium and into our house. Normally these are games you have to travel to them to have them come up here. It's pretty cool deal.
It does bring a lot of attention and a spotlight to the campus. Hoping that the community will come out and support. Plenty of good seats still available. You can get your tickets at kwcpanthers.com for all of your season tickets for football, or just show up and buy your ticket at the gate. So
and the tailgating scene at Westland's on the rise.
Yeah,
I will say
I'm
that.
I'm glad you touched on that because that's one other thing. I saw the announcement moving the tailgating lot a little bit back. Is it back up front, I guess, up there?
Yes, it's just a little bit further, closer to the main grandstand area.
I see. So, yeah, just a lot over, I think, from where it was last year. But I thought it was great. They moved back there, and they had a heck of a scene.
They did.
And tell you, even the opponents would come in and kind of mix in a little bit. We had a lot of fun out there in the tailgating scene last year.
It's a beautiful facility. Fortunate to work at Kentucky Wesleyan, where you get to see that every day, and then the kids working hard to go out and perform well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's hard-pressed to find a better small college campus as far as the beauty of the campus anywhere in the country.
Yeah, for sure, man. And there's always something going on, it seems like. And
Yes,
I'm sure
there is.
you're going to find you've already found it out. I'm sure you'll continue to find it out.
We had middle
as we
school
move
football
forward.
last night. I wasn't aware of that until I pulled out of the parking lot. I should probably check my calendar more frequently as to what's going on. But, yeah.
Man, it's good. It's nice to meet you, man. It's good to have you on board.
Welcome back to Owensboro.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome
you.
back.
It's good to
Owensboro
be
treating
home.
you all right so far?
It's treating my wife and I great.
Perfect, man.
Good to be home.
Yeah, man. We'll talk to you. We'll see you out there on Saturday. Maybe even the soccer game in the next couple nights.
You'll never know where we'll show up.
I'll be
Come
at Steel
see me
Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
There you go. There you go.
I'll definitely be there Friday.
Man, thank you so much for giving us some time, and look
Thank
forward to the partnership continuing here. That's new Kentucky Wesleyan Vice President of Athletics, Jason Vittoni. When we come back, we'll do a little above all roofing true or false.
I've got a few for you.
I've got a handful. We won't get to all of them. But
No.
We'll see what we can do. And then Cole Birch will close the show today live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Hey, Chris, can you fix my leak?
Yes, we can. Hi, I'm Chris Estes, owner of Above All Roofing and Seamless Gutters. From your windows leaking air to installing new energy-efficient windows, we can do it. 313-4275. Gutters leaking, past few rains? Get new 5 or 6 inch gutters with guards. You have a roof leak? We can install a premium roof on your house or business. We have an affordable solution for all your leaks. 270-313-4275.
PSC Fiber is building the region's fastest fiber optic network to deliver essential internet to Perry, Spencer, and DuBois counties with the customer service and tech support you expect from neighbors. Access to high-speed, reliable internet has a positive impact on economic development and social well-being. The ways we communicate have changed a lot in over 70 years, and PSC Fiber is always leading the way. Call 800-511-4899 or visit us at pscfiber.net to see how PSC Fiber is here for you.
Life happens fast, but with the right insurance, you can be ready for anything. At Home Mutual Insurance, we've been protecting homes and autos for generations. Whether it's storm damage, a fender bender, or just peace of mind, we've got you covered. Located at 532 Main Street in Tell City, our team is ready to find the perfect policy for you. Call 812-547-2363 or stop by for a free quote. Because at Home Mutual Insurance, we treat you like family.
Step into serenity and rejuvenation at the Salt Room, where health and relaxation merge into a tranquil setting. Immerse yourself in our Himalayan Salt Room, soak up the benefits in our infrared sauna, or breathe deeply at our Oxygen Bar, located at 1148 Main Street in Tell City. It's perfect for those seeking relief from respiratory conditions or anyone looking for a serene spot to unwind and indulge in self-care. Follow us on Facebook for more information. Then treat yourself to an exceptional experience at the Salt Room, where your wellness journey awaits.
Need some killer custom printing? All Authentic Prints has got you covered. We're right here in Owensboro, rocking everything from screen printing and embroidery to high-tech digital designs like DTF and DTG. And guess what? We don't just stop at printing. Looking for some eye-catching signage? Whether it's banners, vehicle decals, or window decals, we're here to make your vision pop. Come on down to 2408 New Hartford Road and check us out. All Authentic Prints, your go-to spot for all your custom print needs.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here. A big shout out to our Green River Area Federal Credit Union guest of the game, new VP of Athletics, Jason Vittoni. Man, I liked the interview.
I do too. He's good. Listen, every conversation I've had with him, I think he's going to be a home run hire there. I always, we thought that, Shook did a nice job. Knowing Jason from back whenever he was, like I said, he was the first coach at Brescia. He was at Brescia when I was coaching at Owensboro, and then Owensboro made that move to kind of buy that, and the whole deal with the city to get Shively Park and start all that.
Sure, yeah.
So we were that's where Brescia originally played. So had a lot of dealings with them back there when we were sharing the field, and then when Brescia moved out to their field out there, out by Apollo. Just a great guy. Just a great guy. I mean, the only bad thing I can say about him is he's a Pirates fan. I mean, other than that, he's a Pirates and Steelers fan.
That's
other than that,
bad thing.
Well,
I mean, if you're a Pirates fan, that means you're loyal. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You're loyal to a fault almost.
He's never leaving Wesleyan. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Listen, Pittsburgh, beautiful city. And as I walked around the Pittsburgh Park,
beautiful downtown.
I just thought, beautiful down. Whatever. Where I was at, it was beautiful. Around the stadium. But, man, just such a beautiful area and facility and all that going on, the beautiful statues, and, man, they just can't keep a player. I
think it's what it's called, PNC now. I still call it Three Rivers because it's where the Allegheny and Monongahela create the Ohio. But from PNC to their football stadium, I could spend months there and just give me a little apartment down there where I could walk anywhere I wanted to go.
Savannah Bananas doing a little thing on the bridge where I was walking. It's just a beautiful facility.
It is.
I don't know what we're talking about Pittsburgh, but
there we
go. You never know where the show may take us, but I do think the vision's there. Some of the new ideas that seem great out of the gate, and trying to grow the athletics there at Kentucky Wesleyan. Let's move it over to our Above All Roofing, True or False. Don't forget about our friends over there at Above All Roofing.
Chris Estes will get you taken care of. There's still people out there getting the roofs done from the hail damage, and whether it be roofs, gutters, seamless windows, also siding, they do it all. So the Chris Estes will take care of you. Let's get my first question.
Tell them Live at 5 sent you too.
Always, yes. Now, my first question for you, for the Above All Roofing, question number 1. The best matchup overall, intriguing. It may not, the most intriguing, best matchup in the ESPN Owensboro area this week is Edmondson and Muhlenberg.
And there's some intrigue there because I feel like Edmondson should have been in the top 10 and Muhlenberg's at 5. So this is an opportunity for Edmondson to kind of show, hey, we should have been in here all along. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun to watch that one play out.
I think so too. I don't know if there's many more that intrigue me any more than that.
I'll tell you the one that intrigues me more. So I'm going to say false.
Okay.
There's one that intrigues me more.
All right.
It's not the one I think that intrigues me the most because that game would be Davis County and Owensboro. So true or false, Davis County keeps the clock from running against Owensboro.
I'm going to say true. I'm going to say true. I'm going to pick Owensboro to win at the tailgate show Friday. But I think Davis County keeps this one.
And they kept it running. They kept it from running against Catholic.
They keep it, 21 points or whatever. I think they'll score a few points offensively, but I just like that defense and how they play. And I've got to see the offensive line of Owensboro not just take a step up. It's got to take a gigantic step up. Now, can it? Yes, but I've got to see it.
Yeah, I'm interested.
You scored 7 points in 2 games.
Yeah, and in theory, I think it comes together for them. But again, you got to see it to believe it. If I set true or false, if I set the over under for Apollo and Catholic at 70, you're taking the over.
Ooh, false, because I think Catholic's defense is that good. I think Apollo's going to kind of struggle to score points. So I'm going to go. I think Catholic. If I'd keep it somewhere around 50 to 51.
Yeah,
I just think that defense is too good to give up that many points.
Yeah, I think vice versa. I think Catholic hasn't shown like massive explosiveness. They've had some explosive plays, but consistent explosiveness hasn't been there through the first couple of weeks.
No, I think this Catholic team's a more of a grind, not like a different type of grinded out with the short. It reminds
Nothing
me
wrong with that.
No, it reminds me like of the old 49ers with Joe Montana, where a run to them was a 6-yard slant or a swing out of the backfield to Roger Craig to pick up 5. And then they can also run the football. This reminds me of those teams that had like Craig and Rathman.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe Montana. That's who I see this team being a little different, not the one that on any – and they still have the ability, but you don't have – the 60 and 70, the 2 or 3 play drives like Catholic used to have.
I think Apollo's more capable of doing that than they are the methodical. Inside the 20 is where Apollo needs to answer a lot of questions, I think.
Yeah, they moved the ball well from 20 to 20 against Heritage Hills.
They can put that together, then all of a sudden you become the offense that I envision where you're scoring 40 a game.
Yeah, and their problem is once inside the 20. True or false, there seems to be a lot of smoke around this subject, so I'm going to ask you, true or false, Cutter Boley starts at least 3 games for UK this year.
Oh, it's true. He starts at week 3.
Think so?
Yeah, yeah.
So you think that Calzada doesn't play well against Ole Miss, and then all of a sudden they make the move to Cutter Boley?
Because I had so I had a true or false that Kentucky shocks everyone in covers against Ole Miss.
False.
So, but I was going to say true. I can't say true. I say that. I mean, the defense could keep it close. The offense could do classic Kentucky. The defense keeps them in the game.
They can get beat 10-3 or 13-7.
20-10 or something. Mm-hmm. Even then, Calzada struggles. I think there's a chance we see Boley in the first month. Within the first month of the season.
Well, if you're going to make the move, you make the move. If you don't wait, you let him play in game 3. If Calzada doesn't play well, you got to let him play in game 3, which is another tune-up game. Should be an automatic win.
I think Boley's legitimately pushing for it. I mean, and they got to hope he is because it's only one game.
I know, but I didn't see it. But if you're going to say Arch Manning,
I hate when people do that. Here I am doing it. It's like here I am doing it. Yeah, listen, let's give the kid. I know, but the thing is, he's like 40 years old. He should be able to play the position. With Boley, at least he's only been in college for 1 year.
Yeah, it should be a freshman this year too.
I understand it, but this kid,
I got another Kentucky
7-year senior.
Here you go. Since November 1st of 2021, UK is actually tied with 5 other schools for the most SEC wins at Kroger Field. All right.
Oh, boy.
It's like Tennessee, Georgia, Vanderbilt. There's like 5 of them.
So they're tied with those teams.
Yes, for
wins
SEC
there.
football wins at Kroger Field.
What a stat. That's an incredible stat.
You like that stat?
Yeah.
Somebody sent it to us on our group chat.
Okay.
Here's my question. True or false? I'll tell you who the teams are real quick. So Kentucky, Vandy, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, all have 2 SEC wins at Kroger Field since November 1st of 2021.
Since 21.
Yes.
That is an incredible stat.
End of
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Here's my question for you.
Okay.
True or false? By the end of this year, because the only one that's playing at Kentucky this year is Tennessee.
Yeah.
By the end of this year, Tennessee will have more SEC wins at Kroger Field than Kentucky.
More?
More. They're tied right now, and
False.
Tennessee comes.
Kentucky gets 1.
Who are they going to beat?
Give me their home games. Do you have them? You have it handy?
I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, give me their home games.
So, all right,
Kentucky
here-
has to win 1 at home.
Ole Miss,
No.
Tennessee,
Nope.
Florida.
Nah, no, probably not.
Those are the ones.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee probably does. It's probably true. It's probably true.
You know,
it's probably true. Yeah.
I'm
There's
sorry.
got to be one more.
Texas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
So
It's
you
true.
got
Tennessee's gonna have more wins at Kroger Field since 2021 than Kentucky.
since
in the
November
SEC.
1st of 2021 than Kentucky. Yeah, so that's your
That
4.
is- that's bad,
It's a
man.
great home schedule when you got Ole Miss and you got Texas and you got Tennessee.
There's nothing
and
in
you
your,
got Florida.
There's nothing in your body that tells you that they pull an upset this week.
No.
Man, it wasn't a good product week 1. So it's got. I don't think there's a chance.
Okay, you got one?
Yeah, true or false? No, true or false? Notre Dame's still a playoff team this year.
I think so.
I
And they got to beat Texas A&M.
I can't even answer the question. I'm just going to ask it of you.
True or false? By the end of this season, Blair Underwood, the quarterback at the University of Michigan, will be the best quarterback in the country and make Portnoy look smart for paying like $12 million to get him.
No, I think it's false. I don't think he'd be the best. I think he's probably in the mix, but I like Nussmeier a lot, man.
I like the dude at
He's in a
South
good
Carolina
spot.
a lot,
South
man.
Carolina,
He looked
kid's a
good.
baller.
Yeah.
I think Arch will come along. I mean, first game in the horseshoe's tough.
I will say this. Underwood is going to make you forget J.J. McCarthy in 3 years.
Oh,
when he's coming out of the draft.
No chance.
When he's coming out of the draft.
I thought you meant at Michigan, because there's no chance. Michigan didn't beat Ohio State till J.J. McCarthy came. J.J. McCarthy called other recruits.
No, Michigan didn't beat Ohio State until Jim Harbaugh started cheating.
They weren't cheating when they won the national title.
In
the playoffs, they weren't cheating.
Okay.
They won those games straight up because J.J. was a baller.
Here's another one for you.
Actually, because they run the football really well.
True or false? Bill Belichick will win more football games this year in college than Mark Stoops.
Oh, man. I'm going to say false. Yeah, I'm saying false.
Are you? Okay.
I'll put North Carolina at 4 wins, and I'll take Kentucky at 5. I'm still sticking with 5.
You're still sticking with. Well,
I'm going to die on the hill.
If you look at it,
I'm gonna die on
they
it.
got Charlotte next. They got to win that one.
Okay.
Richmond.
Are we sure about these? Okay, yeah.
Richmond.
Okay, their schedule is terrible.
Yeah, it's not a good schedule.
Yeah.
Overall, and I think they got you.
There's 2.
Then they got Central Florida.
I don't know. It could go either way.
Okay. Then they're Clemson. No.
Nope.
They're going to beat California.
I don't know.
Virginia.
Maybe.
Syracuse.
Nope.
Stanford's a win.
Yep.
Wake Forest. Duke and NC State. They're not beating Duke either. I mean,
I'll put North Carolina at 4 to 5, and Kentucky's right there. I'm gonna say false. I don't think he'll have more. He might have the same amount.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say false.
All right. You got one there?
Yeah, for sure. Let's move it on. Let's see here what I got.
You only got one more. Then we got to take a break and get the coal.
Well, we got to 47, right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just 3 minutes. So look, I'm gonna throw up JJ. So we brought up McCarthy. ESPN projected McCarthy at 65% completion, 3,700 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. J.J. McCarthy will have better numbers than that this year.
I think he probably throws 4 yards. I'm gonna go 22 touchdowns, but I don't think he throws 14 interceptions. I'm gonna go like 22-7.
I would take 22. I would take 4 less touchdowns and give away 7 interceptions.
Yeah,
and then you said more yards. 65% completion. I would take that.
100%. Why wouldn't you?
I think if you took the stats you just gave, I think they're a playoff team.
I mean, they're in a conference. They're not only just in a conference, they're in a division, because what you have to look at too is they have to play every team in that division twice. I mean, it's what you do.
Sure. Yep.
And you got Green Bay, you've got Detroit, the Vikings and the Bears. I mean, the problem is when you get to the wild card. I guess you can go 3-0 at home and go 1-2 on the road.
Yeah, you beat the Bears twice and you win your home games. Call it a day.
It's easier said than done when it's Detroit and Green Bay.
And O'Connell hasn't fared well against Detroit, but he has fared well against Green Bay.
Yeah, but Green Bay didn't have Micah Parsons.
I'm not sure he's 100%.
I know.
We're gonna find out. I don't care whether he is or not. If the Vikings are who I think they are, we'll beat them in Lambeau.
Okay.
He's a better quarterback than Jordan Love right now.
Oh, come on now. You can't
better
say
quarterback
that.
than Jordan Love right now.
You can't say he's never thrown a pass in the NFL.
Write it down.
Oh,
Write
man.
it down. Better quarterback than Jordan Love right now.
So you think he's the best quarterback right now in that division?
I think Goff's probably the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Goff's.
I
can
have
see
McCarthy at number 3.
Goff. Yeah, well, I mean,
I would go Goff, Love, McCarthy, and Caleb Williams.
Find out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we could talk about it all day. The cool thing is you get to watch it play out.
Yeah, it's
I'm not. Listen, I'm a Vikings fan. I'm never cocky, to be clear.
Well, you're a Vikings fan. You can't be.
Right. There's nothing to be cocky about. There's a reason. I'm like getting anxiety heading into the season because JJ's got to be the guy. He just has to be.
If he's not the guy, what happens?
He's talking about tendencies that Dennis Allen had while he was the coach of the Saints and the defensive coordinator going back for like 7 years. If this guy is not the guy, I'll never believe in another quarterback again, ever. He's done everything right. I mean, everything right. And you just got to stay healthy. That's it.
That's easier said than done.
Well, yeah. So is Jordan. Jordan Love's the same way. He's missed some games too.
Yep.
What else we got?
I'm
true or false? 2.5 back are the Yanks of Toronto. They have an easy schedule the rest of the way. The Yanks rally and win the AL East.
You asked me this like 2 weeks ago. I'd have laughed at you, but all of a sudden it's down to, because they were like 5.5. All of a sudden it's down to 2.5.
Yeah.
Toronto's not playing well. The Yankees, you look at their schedule after they get done with Houston.
It's possible.
Pretty easy.
Yanks are winning.
I'm going to go true. The Yanks are going to come out of nowhere.
You come all the way
win
back
this division
from a month ago when you buried them and so they weren't even making the playoffs. Now they're division champs. We got to take a break and get to Cole Birch. Don't forget Jason Moore's coach a show tonight, 6:30. Old Hickory. We'll be right back here live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Hey y'all, it's Kellyanne Harris with the Harris Group at Keller Williams Elite Realty. As a proud sports mom, I know what it takes to show up, stay focused, and deliver results on the field and in real estate. That's why we're offering our Guaranteed Cash Offer program. We guarantee to get your home sold or we'll buy it. For all your real estate needs, trust the Harris Group. We're always ready to go to work for you. Call us today at 270-929-5857 for the details.
Safety is key when replacing an outlet, so leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Accidents and ailments can happen when you least expect them, but Owensboro Health is here to care for you when and where you need it. Walk right in for excellent urgent care without an appointment, or use our MyChart app to tell us you're on your way. Our expert providers are ready to treat minor cuts, rashes, bites, respiratory infections, and so much more. To find one of our 5 urgent care locations near you, visit owensborohealth.org/urgent care.
Step into luxury at Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Discover the largest humidor in the tri-state area within our newly remodeled and expanded lounge. Now open Monday through Thursday 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday 11 to 10, and Sunday 1 to 6. It's the perfect place to slow down and relax. Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Smoke, sip, socialize.
Hi, this is Travis Holtree from Foreman Watson Holtree. You know, we will not allow anyone to deter us from what we are committed to. And we're committed to standing up for people and businesses who find themselves needing a voice because of legal issues. Our attorneys have the resolve it takes to stand up when tested without flinching in the face of adversity. We are Foreman Watson Holtree, and we're dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
It's live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Vic Evans now going to be joined by Beyond the Bench star, Brad Payne, and we're going to jump on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline and get one of your old players there at Davis County.
Yes.
Former Davis County star, now at Lindsey Wilson. Cole Birch jumping on the hotline. You with us, Cole?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Hey, no, thank you for joining us here. And, normally we're out here, we're talking sports, but now we got a former athlete who's now become a big-time writer and getting your very first book published, Cole. Where did this start? Where did this writing start? Is this something you did in high school, or is this something new?
I've always been a pretty big writer. I've always loved, in my English classes, I was never much of a math guy. I was always more of the English reading, writing, and all that stuff. And I've always loved writing and enjoyed sports, obviously. And so I just thought, why not combine both those things?
You've got the new book. It's Elevate, the Elijah Cross story, if I'm correct on that. Tell us about what the book is about a little bit.
So it's a fiction book. It's about a basketball player. He's from Philadelphia. And it's really, I don't really want to spoil it, obviously. Right. But, it's kind of like overcoming adversity and just against beating the odds, and really just a motivational story about a basketball player. And it follows his whole life from high school to college to playing pro basketball, and kind of highlight some points about mental health and things like that in the book. But it means a lot.
And if anybody would know about overcoming adversity, Cole,
you were hurt your last 3 years in Davis County.
I think it would be you. So it's nice that you're writing this, and I'm really proud of you. I know that you and I have texted back and forth, but your passion for anything that you've ever done has been greater than most kids that I've ever coached. And although your career didn't end up like you wanted it, or I wanted it, or Coach Hayden wanted it to, in basketball, you're still one of the best players that I ever coached, and had a chance to be the best player that had walked in that school. But God had different plans, and that's fine. But one thing that I want to ask you is, did you take your personal side in it and try to feed into the book, or did you try to stay out of it being an autobiography, basically?
So I really appreciate that. First of all, that means a lot, Coach. But the book, it kind of there's details that from my personal experiences, I try to intertwine in it. Mm-hmm. But really from being a high school athlete to being a college athlete, you see so many different walks of life.
Yep.
And so I've taken some personal experiences and some stories that I've heard from friends, teammates, and things like that. And I've kind of intertwined them into just this one story. And hopefully I can build on it and write more. But really it's just from 30 for 30s I've watched, to different sports interviews and different books I've read, and my friends and people that I've talked to, just kind of combining those things and turning them into one thing was what this book was really about.
I talked to Coach Hayden just today before the interview, and he told me he was already about 3/4 of the way through the book, and I told him it must be nice because I was guaranteed a signed copy of the book that I've not yet received yet. So I just did one better, and I just went ahead and ordered it from Amazon. So, but our plans are, and I don't want to steal a lot of Coach Hayden's thunder, but our plans are to actually make that book one of the gifts for the champions for our D-League that we have. To some of the younger kids that participate into our D-League, which you can sign up now for. I'll get a little plug in while I'm at it. But it's something that we want to put in the English department and everything. I'm sure he's talked to you about a couple of those things, but it's something we really want to expand on. And that leads me to my next question was, can we expect more? Can we expect a series of this, or what's your future plans with it?
So this book is kind of like a standalone book, but I hope to eventually, whenever I have the time for it, I have a lot of ideas written down, and I have a lot of outlines for things, but I hope to start a series with just of sports books that are kind of in the same universe eventually.
That's great.
So we're on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline with former Davis County star Cole Birch, now a writer. If you got people out there that want to get the book, what's the best way for them to go find this book, Cole?
The book's available on Amazon and only Amazon right now. I published it through their service. So right now, if you just search Elevate or Elevate the Elijah Cross Story, or if you just type in my name on Amazon, it should pop up. And that's where they can get it.
You know, from start to finish, how long did it take you to kind of write this thing? I mean, I know that it can be different things for different books and for different authors, but for you, when you started, how long did it take you to finish this thing?
It took me about a year and a half, but I would write off and on just whenever I had the time. So it was a process, in between football practice, and then I really finally just sat down and worked on it this past summer and got a lot of it finished during the summer.
But you led us into this. You talked about football practice, so give us a little preview of what to expect from Lindsey Wilson this year. Lindsey Wilson University now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, LWU.
Sir. Yep. Still getting used to that one.
I know. A lot of branding change there. I've still got I've got a lot of LWC gear.
It's vintage now.
Yeah, well, it's vintage regardless of what as old as it was when I played there. So you said lots of points. You're fast team, huh?
Yeah, we got a lot of really good athletes. We have one of the best running backs in the nation, and we got a really good O-line. So, but we can also come at you through the air too. We got a really good quarterback, and our receiving core is light years ahead of any that I've seen. So I'm really excited.
I've got to ask you, as you were playing football and basketball at Davis County, you played for Coach Hayden and Coach Payne here. At any point in time when you were playing at Davis County, did it get in the back of your head that Coach Payne was going to become a radio star? I mean, did that ever just seep in there? I mean, he's up for awards here with the KBA this year with the Beyond the Bench. I mean, did you ever think that?
I'd like to take a little credit because he was one of my guests on one of my podcasts.
That's right. One of the first.
Hey, you're going to have to get in line. There's already a guy. A guy that's will actually take all the credit.
Right. Yeah, we've got one guy that's trying to take all the credit right now on it. No, I think the one thing that would have kept me from it, probably, I'm giving your opinion for you, is the FCC might have had something to say in some of my locker room talks that I've had with you, Cole.
Yeah. It's got to have the explicit content bar.
It's a little tougher on radio than podcast.
Yeah.
We fight that all the time with him.
Yeah, we stay, since it's podcast, we can edit and cut and stuff like that. I still have a hard time with live radio. It's difficult.
I'm sure.
And as you're talking about other series and ideas, I'm always fascinated by creative people because I'm one of the least creative people that ever walks the planet.
Same.
When do these ideas is it just something you see, something that happens, and you just better jot it down so you remember it?
I've always thought I was pretty creative. I've always been a pretty good storyteller. I'm very outgoing. Coach Payne can probably second that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, like I said, the experiences I've had are just one movie or TV show or little short story I've read. I don't steal it obviously, but it sparks an idea and I just jot it down and go back to it when I can. And I usually get in a flow state where I can just write for hours on end.
I mean, to do football practice, class, and writing books, I don't know how you find the time.
It doesn't surprise me with him. He's always been able to manage mentally and physically the demands, except for that darn foot.
I was going to say that senior year is maybe one of the biggest what ifs of all time.
I have never in my life. Well, and try not to make it about the team because we're here with Cole, but Cole was injured. Jack got injured and was out 17 games. We had a kid that had transferred in.
Never got eligible.
That team actually was very, very good on the surface. And we were snake bitten so long. Jack was hurt along with Cole his junior year too for a little bit, not nearly as long as Cole, but Cole basically from Christmas break, because it happened at Henderson, from Christmas break his junior year on, was basically gone for us.
Staying healthy now, Cole?
Oh yeah, a lot better. A little nicks and bruises here, but nothing as crazy as having to have surgery on my foot and keeping me out for that long.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you taking a little bit of time with us. I know you're a busy guy, but hey, go out. It's out there. You can find it on Amazon, Elevate, or you can also search under his name, Cole Birch. Man, I tell you what, I'm always impressed by the type of athletes that come out of the third region. And here you are doing big things, writing books, man. Congratulations.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Love you, Cole.
You too, Coach.
Join Steve and I tomorrow. NFL talk and a Danos LA 5. It's been great. See you tomorrow, live at 5. 1027 The Game.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 1027 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 1027 The Game.
Hi, this is Travis Hultree from Foreman Watson Hultree. You know, we will not allow anyone to deter us from what we are committed